What is up, my dudes? We've got the Corporate Esports Association Dota 2 Spring 2019 tournament going on. Today we've got Google Team A representing Google against Amazon FishingBoatV2, and this is the round of 8, so we're in the quarterfinals now. This is the best of 3. These teams have made it quite far into the tournament, and only a few weeks away from the grand finals. So let's hop right into the draft. Google Team A opening with a Clink span. Yeah, I mean, I've played FishingBoatV2 during the regular season. They had a pretty mean Clinks. They've played Clinks offlane a few times, although it's usually his handle is Eason, but he's not in this game, so maybe Gundam is actually Eason in disguise, and they changed his name. Because FishingBoatV2, they have a habit of changing their player names every game. One time they were all called Tree, sounds kind of weird. Other than that, this is a pretty slow draft so far, but Bounty Hunter and Bane, they're using up all the 30-second time, which is
5 seconds remain.
It's good. They're not going into overtime, so I think they have a general idea of what they want to ban, but they just want to use all their time to discuss and just make sure. But they're not going into reserve time, so it does show that they have planned it a little bit. And so Bounty Hunter, pretty normal ban. Monkey King, I don't know if Monkey King's first pick material, but it does. I think FishingBoatV2's played it a few times.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Okay, no, they're going into reserve time. Okay.
Radiant team and Dire team and
And Warlock ban. Warlock's such a great hero in this patch that changes the fatal bonds. Google Team A are going to open up with Doom. Grimstroke is still on the table, so they could go with it if they want to, but FishingBoatV2, they're going to pick Mars, a new hero in the pool. And this hero is finally in captors mode. I think he's still a little bit too strong, but I also I wouldn't say he's broken. He's a little bit overtuned, but he has a few problems. If he can survive his burst, his spear and bars and God's rebuke, his damage output kind of runs out after that. And Doom can probably survive it once he gets enough armor. I mean, generally Doom has a lot of HP, so maybe not the best Mars game so far, but we normally see Mars picked later towards the end of the draft because he does have these issues. He can also like easily pick anyone with like a burst heal, like a Baden or Omni Knight, but they already have Doom, so probably not going to see Omni Knight. Jakira as well for Amazon FishingBoatV2. I mean, it's a hero with a lot of linear attacks. Spells into a hero with a big circle spell, so not quite the same geometry on the shape of their spells. Alright, Witch Doctor for Google Team A. This is a pretty strong opening already, a lot of damage coming out, and pretty strong ultimates as well. This could also be a pretty scary lane as well. If Witch Doctor decides to go into the off lane, just put the level 1 Maledict and smack him with the Infernal Blade. It's got a lot of damage. Jug and Sand King ban. So Sand King, I think, probably would have been... I feel like you normally see 3-position Sand King. Definitely wants to get items. The new Ags up, well, it's not new, but the upgrade to his Ags, also applying Caustic Finale, it's pretty nice. You want to get a pretty reasonable time blink as well, which is kind of hard sometimes on position 4, but they could have, I don't know. Mars is the kind of hero who wants to stay in the lane, so if Google Team may pick Sand King, for instance, then the Doom could always just go, you know, jungle, devour a creep, come back, and Sand King get some extra XP, which is nice for him. But Mars wants to stay in the lane the whole time, so gonna be a little bit underleveled.
Dire team are now picking.
Nick's ban. Nick's would be pretty good against Jakiro, and they're gonna go with Jakiro. So FishingBoatV2 pick up the Jakiro, the Grimstroke. Sorry, it's I think it's a bit of a denial pick against the Doom because they don't really have anything to go with the Grimstroke right now.
Only 10 seconds.
The double Yules into Ice Path. There you go. That's the
5
combo.
seconds. Hurry, hurry.
I don't think Grimstroke is strong enough that you can just pick him by himself. Like you definitely need a good combo with Grimstroke. They've nerfed a lot of his spells since he came out, and he's not. You either need a good someone to put the ink spell on who's really good with it, or you need someone with like a strong single target spell. But you can't have a team with neither. So Google Team A, they're gonna go with Lifestealer, so playing their hand a little bit early. Even though they definitely could have taken Lifestealer next. The Lifestealer, he's pretty good against Mars in the lane. Just Lifesteal against any melee hero is pretty good. So I guess why not? You already know who you're going to be up against. You're going to be up against Mars and Grimstroke, and as long as you can kill the waifu from Grimstroke in time, you'll be able to get your rage off. Well, they're still kind of annoying. So FishingBoatV2, they need to pick someone who's not going to feel too threatened by Doom. And I think Naga's a pretty nice option here. It can be difficult to hit the right Naga Siren with the Infernal Blade, but maybe we'll see more points in the Scorched Earth from Doom. Pick up that level 10 Scorched Earth damage talent as well. It's not too bad. He probably wants to go for that build because Naga has a lot of move speed and a lot of armor.
5 seconds remain.
You know, you got the double ensnare now as well, so okay, I guess. So Google Team A, I think Lifestealer might be able to fight Naga Siren. It feels kind of tough for Lifestealer, right? Maybe if you can figure out the real one, and then especially you're going to build into Radiance, so the Radiance band will help you figure out which Naga is the real Naga. You have a rage to go through get through the song, so she can't use the song to disengage while you rage. But at the same time, if you rage and your whole team gets songed, it's just going to be you against the world. And Snare doesn't go through BKB anymore, thank God for that. So it's a little bit more Lifestealer favored than it used to be. And I mean, Lifesteal will probably build a Manta style as well at some point. Wonder if Google Team A should pick their mid now. I feel like they might as well, because then they can use the next band to protect it. At the same time, they also have the ban into the pick. But if they don't pick their mid now, it could get banned out. Google Team A going really deep into the reserve time here.
Dyer's ban.
And they're going with Winter Wyvern. Yeah, I feel like Jakiro should be able to burn through the Cold Embrace, but I guess they're also very physical focused. If you can Winter's Curse the Naga Siren, that's pretty nice. Her illusions do hurt her. But you gotta Winter's Curse the right one, and that's not always easy.
10 seconds to pick.
I'm not really sold on this Winter Wave, and I think they needed to be more aggressive. Getting with Storm. Okay, well, this is kind of what I was thinking, but they banned the TA, which makes sense. But Winter Wyvern? They could have picked a way more aggressive 4 position and started getting active on the map. But they have Storm Lifestealer, even though Lifestealer probably doesn't want to fight for a while. That's a pretty strong initiation. My only worry is this Witch Doctor and Winter Wyvern. They're gonna get very split up from their carries. Winter Wyvern won't be able to save them if they go in too deep. And Witch Doctor as well, his heal is very short range. Could maybe see Doom going for an Ag, so he gets the break mechanic. He can break Mars's passive, which is pretty obnoxious. Dooming the right Naga Siren is also pretty tricky, but if you get a good Winter's Curse off, you can figure out the real one. Winter's Curse, doom her before, right before the Winter's Curse ends, and they can't do anything to respond. So FishingBoatV2, they want to be able to crush this Storm in mid. Actually, they're going to go with Ember Spirit instead. Might be, I think it's more of a 50-50 matchup. But I do like the Ember Spirit. He's pretty susceptible to getting doomed this game, but it's not always the easiest to get Doom onto Ember. So Gundam's played a pretty mean Ember Spirit in the past. I gotta say, I do like FishingBoatV2's lineup. They can always use the Stong into Ice Path to take out the Storm. If he zips in too aggressively, just hit the Stong button, and then Storm's dead. So I gotta favor FishingBoatV2's draft here. I'm just not sold on Winter Wyvern. I think everyone else, all their other heroes are great. Oh, I don't know. Alright, well, let's hop into the game. So on the side of Google Team A, we've got pause. But I'll do this through the pause screen so I can get it over and done. We've got this Chinese dude whose name I can't pronounce. Zoe on the Doom. Wolfen on the Winter Wyvern. Young B on the Dazzle. And GKD on the Storm Spirit. It's very hard to read these names. On the side of Amazon FishingBoatV2, we're Yuki on the Grimstroke, Pika on the Naga Siren, Gundam on the Mars. Sometimes when we touch on the Jakiro, and Gunden on the Ember Spirit.
When last we left our heroes,
it's interesting that the Ember Spirit's swords went on fire during the pause screen, but this game is getting ready to start, so nothing too unexpected, although I think it looks like it's not clear which support is going to be the 5 position. Maybe they'll just take turns buying wards, because I feel like the Witch Doctor probably does better with farm, but at the same time it's he could do fine without it. The Ags would be pretty nice against the Naga Siren, because now you can clear her and her illusions. I'm not sure. I don't think Bulwark blocks Death Ward attacks, because it's not like a right click. It's just like a spell. So I'm pretty sure that Bulwark doesn't work against Death Ward, but I guess we'll see. This is an interesting interaction. So maybe one way they're thinking about bursting down Mars, because Mars, he doesn't actually have that much armor. Only 2 armor. His agi gain is pretty mediocre. Right, he throws out the spear, but it looks like he'll be able to get this rune. They probably could have contested for it. Witch Doctor did skill the cast, so they definitely could have gone for it. Bit of a wasted opportunity there. Grimstrike, he's doing the walk of shame, but not really of shame. It's just tardy. Oh, I like this from Lifestealer. He's just gonna run at the Mars and trade right clicks with him. The creeps don't aggro anymore before the first wave because of pulling. It's kind of weird. I don't think it really fixed the problem of like cheesing in the off lane. It made it a little bit harder because you can't just do it on the first wave. Oh, cast comes out. There's only 2 creeps here. Mars is getting pretty low, but he pins the Lifestealer, and the Inkswell will follow up. But Gundam, he's getting pretty low here. He's gonna be able to limp out and use a salve. Mid lane.
Dire's middle tower
I think it's pretty storm favored. So Gundam, he's gonna go for no points of the Sleight of Fist yet. Maybe gonna put one in at level 4. But probably not gonna see the max Sleight of Fist build. Gonna focus on the Flame Guard this game. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Storm has a lot of armor for an in hero, and plus 3 under the tower as well. So 9 armor. It's a lot of damage reduction. And you really need the Flame Guard to deal with this overload of use. It's already broken. So Gundam's kind of getting his ass kicked. Storm also ahead on last hits, but see if this GKD decides to go for Lifestealer. He's getting really low again. The Rage comes out, but Gundam's going to be the first victim. Goes down to the Maledict there. Storm with a double damage rune, but he's pretty far away from level 4, so he won't be able to pick up that electric vortex.
In my presence.
Jakira also getting pretty low. He's Splinter Blast hurt, but it feels really terrible to use Splinter Blast at level 2 because like I could just wait till level 3 and then it deals double the damage, or 80 more damage. It's like pretty much more mana efficient. Always I feel really terrible using the Splinter Blast at level 1. I'm not sure how much they're going to be able to pressure Pika up here though. I think they're not. What's Doom going for? He no point in Scorched Earth, which is okay so far. I wonder how many points he's going to put into it. Storm, he's just bullying Gundam a little bit. He's half a level ahead as well. He's doing really well here. 7 deniers against 3. So I wonder how many Wraith Bands we're also going to see from Pika here. I seem to remember you played Nagasarian in a previous game and you went for like 4 Wraith Bands and Treads. It was a lot of Wraith Bands, but gives you a lot of stats. So you actually become really difficult to kill. It's, short of getting doomed, she is probably not going to go down for quite a while till Lifestealer gets very farmed. Well, I suppose Storm can, but maybe you might be able to kill her during Electric Vortex, but you might need some follow-up, like a Lifestealer bomb.
Behold, a subtle bird.
Right. Cask doesn't get any bounces. Bit unfortunate from Young B. He's also gone for 2 points in Maledict. I like this a lot. I don't know, a lot of the times you just get one bounce like that, and then they can always use the open wounds to slow them down, slow Mars down anyway, and just rack up the damage with the Maledict. So definitely looking for more kills than just praying for some good cast bounces. Ember doesn't manage to dodge the Storm Remnant there, so he's actually might be in a lot of trouble. He can get Vortexed into a Remnant, and he might die. Wait, let's see it. But the Flame Guard activates before then. He gets coiled, and he might go down. One more hit, but he dodges it with a Sleight of Fist. So no kills happening there. They're both going to just go hit the shrine. I think Storm could have gotten it if he used the Vortex earlier before the Flame Guard went off, but I'm not really sure. Would have been close. I think he could have gotten it. So now 3 points in the Splinter Blast. I've been seeing people go for another point in Arctic Burn at level 4 and they're just skipping Cold Embrace entirely. I haven't really tried it out myself, but it seems interesting. I might do it next time I play Winter Wyvern, but I'm not really sure how you can justify not putting any points in Cold Embrace until level 8. Alright, he's gonna skill Cold Embrace. I think it's the more normal build. Juicy 24 gold from those Naga illusions. Sometimes when we touch, he might be in a bit of trouble here, but no more Infernal Blade. And Doom, he should have dived this. He's only got actually he's got a chainmail. So, but he's getting really low there. Doom's not a very high armor hero. Although there's always that meme about like, you know, base armor increased by 1. It's like, I'm trying to kill him, but I'm literally doing no damage. Storm, he's left the lane to use the other shrine. Is he getting bullied here? What's going on? But they're both level 6 now. I think Gundam's just about to pull ahead in experience, but there's also a big creep wave here, so GKD should still be a little bit ahead. Alright, Mars in a lot of trouble again. The Ink Spot comes out, but it gets blocked by the Rage, so Gundam will go down again. I think that's his second death.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But it's just a bit of a snooze fest in mid so far. Storm was almost able to get the kill. The Flame Guard's activated, but he hits the Remnant with it. Searing Chains will slow down the Storm by a little bit. It's going to be really hard to get this kill though, because only 1 point in the Searing Chains. It's only going to hold him down for 1.5 seconds. Maybe if you get like, your fingers are really fast, you get the chains into like a triple remnant, but it seems really risky. You put yourself in a pretty dangerous position by using all your remnants that early. Maybe Storm can turn around and kill you, but Storm's back on full HP. The Grimstroke's coming in. They might be able to do this with the silence on the Grimstroke, but looks like he might have gotten spotted there. Maybe not. Grim also didn't drop a ward at all, so he would, I feel like he got close enough to drop a ward there. Would have helped him a lot, but I guess they already have one on this side of the river. Alright, he's going to drop a sentry, but it's not going to be in range of this obs ward. Maybe he thought that the Storm saw him and he left the lane, so it was like, oh, maybe they have a ward up here, but Yuki getting baited a little bit by the Storm's irrational behavior. Storm was just playing. He was like, it's time to go stack the jungle. I don't have a creep wave anymore. He already cleared the creep wave on his side. So Lifestealer going for the phase boots before the Midas. So just trying to get aggressive on this Mars, and Mars is not having. She's doing about the same as Doom actually, but Doom, some of these creeps are also neutrals. But Doom is way ahead of the Mars right now. But it's Doom, it's pretty reasonable. Soul Ring on the Mars to help him spam out his spells a bit more. Sometimes when we touch, it's going for a max dual breath build. Like you don't see this one too often. I've only seen like F and G do this. It's very interesting. It does a lot of damage. It does 400 damage, and it's a pretty hefty slow as well. But I kind of just feel like the Ice Path is better. They don't really have much to deal with the Storm Spirit for a while. Naga, she's not going to level Ensnare until she's level 11. And then it's pretty hard to set up the Spear of Mars onto the Storm Spirit. The best bet is to get like a Phantom's Embrace into an Ice Path, or just go for like a raw Ice Path and hope it like hits. Because they don't really have much to stop this Storm right now. maybe, yeah, I guess the Ember Spirit can line it up as well. But that's why the Ice Path is so important. I feel like it's a bit of a waste to go for Dual Breath this game. But we'll see how it goes. Gets a nice big Dual Breath onto the Doom. So Doom is going to go down. He doesn't get Ice Path. He actually gets Cold Embracer. He might still survive the Ink Spell ends. And Pika, he gets doomed! Pika's going to go down here, and the Doom, he's just going to run at them. Splinter Blast will finish off the Naga Siren. And Yuki, he's in a lot of trouble as well. He gets Infernal Blaze. He completely whiffs the Stroke of Fate. But he might still get out here. Wolfen doesn't have much damage, so unless the Splinter Blast comes in. If sometimes when we touch, he gets too close, he can throw another Splinter Blast, but the salve will save Yuki for the time being. And meanwhile, the Mars goes down again in the middle of his arena. Lifestealer does not give a shit about the arena. So, 3 kills for Google Team A. That was pretty nice. And they're also 4k gold ahead this early on. They do have a Doom, so that's probably like 1k of it. Just Devour alone. It's not that much. He actually only put 1 point in Devour, so he is going for Match Scorched Earth as I thought he might.
Dire structures are fortified.
It's also like the act of being able to instantly kill the creep, right? Even though he only gets 25 bonus gold, the fact that he instantly kills the creep means he farms a lot faster. And Lifestealer goes down at bot. Whoa, I completely missed that. But there's 4 heroes here, so space created question mark.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied. Bastards.
Wolfen in a little bit of trouble here.
I've been wanting this.
And Arcane Rune popped on the Storm now. We'll see what he looks to do with it. He's just gonna go hit neutral creeps. It's pretty hard to blow up the Grimstroke. He's got enough HP. He might be able to survive and get the Phantom's Embrace off. Jakira goes down at top in the meantime. The Storm. Oh, wait, no, he goes down in mid. My bad. What am I looking? He just gets stormed. It's just storm stuff. He's got a Kaya now, so a lot of cooldown, a lot of mana cost reduction.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
Tranquil Boots, I think, is also quite an interesting choice on Jakiro. I feel like he doesn't have enough mana to use his spells. So the rationale behind going for Tranquil Boots is you're going to build into a Yule, so you're going to have the mana regen. So you can always show up to fights on full mana. And then with the Tranquil Boots, you can also show up to fights with full HP. That's why like regen items are really popular on supports, because you want to stay active. And you don't have to go back to base after engagements. But I sometimes feel like you don't have enough mana if you go for Tranquil Boots to just like use your spells multiple times in a fight. It's like Macropie, it costs a third of his mana, but if you had a mana boots, you could get at least another round of spells off. I usually go mana boots, but I can understand like the rationale behind Tranquil Boots. I'm just like don't quite agree with it. Oh, Storm, he's zipped it onto the Gundam, and Gundam's gonna go down to the Maledict as well. Arena of Blood comes out, but a nice Winter's Curse to buy some time. The Soulbind comes out onto both of them. Witch Doctor will go down in the meantime, but Storm's in now. Gundam's getting really low. He gets the Spear of the Mars onto the Storm, so we managed to pin him to the trees there. And nice disengage. So we lose the Ember Spirit for Witch Doctor, not quite worth it for them. Ember, I think he just got caught out or something. Didn't have a remnant to jump to. And considering they're still playing 4v5, they just want this Lifestealer to farm his Radiance. He's not going to be a factor in this game. Gundam, he manages to sneak the Bounty Rune away from the Lifestealer and uses the Remnant to get another one. And he's just going to be able to walk out if he maybe bully this Lifestealer a little bit, but he's going to back out. Only 1 point in the Sleight of Fist, so he's not going to be able to achieve too much against the Lifestealer. So only 3 Wraith Bands on the Naga Siren before going for the Diffusal Blade. It's unclear how many is the right choice, because they also nerfed Wraith Band in this patch. A nice zip from GKD would dodge the Ice Path. Vlad's down now on the Mars, so gonna look for a Blink next. I think it's gonna help them a lot, because right now it's just the Ember Spirit who can help them get initiations. Mars, the cast range on this is like not very big, so you have to get right up and personal to activate it. Radius is pretty big though, so it's not too bad either. Alright, Gundam with an Arcane Rune, he zips forward aggressively. Just gonna catch Young B here. Oh, Young B, he's so screwed. Just don't walk next to the Grimstroke and get cast like that. And it looks like Young B's gonna survive here. They can get the Grimstroke afterwards if they want to commit the Maledict. Probably should have just Maledicted Yuki there and made him take some harass from it. Actually, no, it was on cooldown. They used it on Ember Spirit, my bad. Arena of Mars comes out, but he ends up getting doomed. And Storm, with a long-range zip-in, will finish off the Mars.
Blown away.
Lifesteal, he's well on his way to a Radiance. Almost got the Relic. So, oh, Naga, does she have the? She has the Diffusal Blade now. Oh, she has the full Diffusal Blade, and this could get pretty scary for Lifestealer. He's gonna have to Rage TP out. He can't waste his Rage on the creeps. So he needs to use it to TP out. Otherwise, there's Naga Siren. It just crush him. Pika finally with points in Snare. Actually, she doesn't have any points in Song. Very interesting there. So Naga with the Diffusal Blade now. This is pretty scary. She's gonna deal a lot of damage. And Gundam on his way to a Maelstrom. It feels a little bit slow, but he also went for drums, so it seems pretty understandable. And Shakira now going back for more points in Ice Path. Let's see what talent he wants to go for. He can go for the Spell Amp this game. It could be... I usually just go for the attack range because then it opens up opportunities to siege towers with liquid fire. But the Spell Amp is nice as well sometimes. Especially because the rest of his team, Naga doesn't actually push that quickly. Because illusions don't do full damage against towers. Phantom's Race comes out. Marcy's got another arena, and he's going to pin the Witch Doctor to the wall. A nice Ice Path will slow them down as well, but a Winter's Curse will slow this down, this gank. Witch Doctor still ends up going down, but Gundam's going to go down to the lifesteal in the meantime. Pika, now he's in a bit of trouble. He uses the... actually, he just manages to turn this whole fight around, but Storm zips in, takes out the Naga Siren, but Gundam's here now. He's got the Searing Chains onto the Storm, and Storm, he's like completely out of mana. GKD's going to go down. The Phantom Embrace will help finish him off. Stroke of Faith, it's going to not matter. Gundam with a double kill coming in to save his team. And 5 heroes wiped out on Google Team A. That's a big gold swing going the way of Amazon FishingBoatV2. I mean, it started out as a pretty good fight, but a nice Winter's Curse delayed the kill on the Witch Doctor long enough that the rest of the team could arrive. And even though Naga Siren, she got her mirror illusions off and then completely wrecked the Doom. The Storm Spirit just zipped in afterwards and completely blew her up. And Ember Spirit was like, hold my beer, and then showed up and killed everyone. And he's got to go for an Ags next. I think this is what I've seen a lot of people do now. I'm not really sure when the right time to pick up Ags is. I'm not an Ember Spirit player myself. This seems like an okay time to pick it up because it also like resolves a lot of the mana issues you have in the mid to late game before you pick up anything like a Shiva's Guard. So I do like picking up Ags this early. My only gripe is that it takes a really long time for you to get all your spirits back, but I think it's like that's just like a non-issue.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
definitely when you get the level 25 talent, Ember Spirit is probably like peak fun to play. 20-minute bounty runes. I completely missed that actually, but it's going to be 3 for 1. Surprised Google Team A managed to get any because they just got wiped. And Winter Wyvern in a lot of trouble here. The Ice Path Magpie comes out. Young B, he gets a nice Death Ward off, but isn't able to hit anyone else. Another aggressive Remnant from Gundam will finish off the Winter Wyvern at last. And they're going to finally get this mid tower. They didn't push that fast, so gonna have to wait till sometimes when we touch pick up more levels in the Liquid Fire. But he went for the Spell Amp talent. It's not going to be able to siege the towers, but will be able to get more damage per Liquid Fire.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
Interesting long range zip there. He's got money for Bloodstone now. This is pretty fast Bloodstone. Doom with the blink, he's going to try and get on the Ember Spirit. It's going to be pretty important for him to get it. Ember, she probably look to get an Ags after this, Linkers after this Ags to help deal with this Doom.
Middle tower taking damage.
And Lifesteal, he's got Radiance now, plus some change to boot. So he can start getting involved in these fights, just hop into the Storm Spirit. This is a pretty big timing for Google Team A. We'll see what they're able to achieve with these new item pickups. Glimmer Cape as well, Winter Wyvern had it last fight, so it delayed her death by a little bit, because she got Ice Path, but got the Glimmer Cape off first, and there was no detection.
Behold, a subtle bird.
Witch Doctor's just going to go straight for an Ag Scepter. This is quite an interesting choice. No mana boots either, but I can respect it. He knows he's got one job, and that's to get a good Death Ward. It's pretty tough still. He's probably gonna need a BKB afterwards, but he's the position 5. It seems like. Well, Witch Doctor doesn't have any farming skills like Splinter Blast, so that's probably why his net worth is low. Even if he was like a 4 position, he wouldn't be able to farm very fast because it's a Witch Doctor. Ember Spirit, he's just going to be able to zip away. He managed to remember to leave a Remnant at home this time. Well, not at home, but back to farming we go. Nagasaran with a Manta almost done, so that'll be a nice pickup for her. There's not too much to dispel, but just having more bodies on the table means it's harder to get these like Dooms and Winter's Curses off. Maybe Storm will eventually look to get an Ag Scepter. I think that could be pretty sick this game.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Pipe done on the Mars now, so he decided not to go for a blink. Mid lane, looks like they want to defend this tower, but it's already pretty low. Gundam has arrived, he's charging forward with the drums. And Witch Doctor, he might be the first casualty here. He gets slowed down. Winter's, the Phantom's Race comes out, so Young B going to be the first casualty here. They can deny the tower if they want to go for it. But Witch Doctor, Lifesteal, he gets pinned to the wall. The Glimmer Cape comes out and they have nothing else to follow up with. But Amazon FishingBoatV2, they successfully are able to deny the tower. So Manta Style done on the Naga, Ags almost done on the Ember Spirit, and Gundam's gonna go for a Deso next. I'm still interested that he's not gonna go for a blink, but try to go all in on the damage a little bit. Deso is probably like the best item to get on Mars. Just because there aren't that many good items to get on Mars, to be honest. If you think about like the normal... So Mars, his damage is all about God's Rebuke. You're focused on one big critical strike. So the normal DPS items don't really apply. Any like of these agi items, Butterfly, E-Play, they don't really do anything. First of all, he's not an agi hero, so don't give him damage. And the second of all, the attack speed is not important for him. So like Manta Style, Hurricane Pike, right, he's not ranged. There's a lot of items that don't really apply to Mars. And then you're left with raw damage items, and there's MKB, which doesn't really help, because it doesn't give you that much damage. Battle Fury's okay, but you've already got the splash. Alright, actually, let's ignore the rant. Ember Spirit, he gets caught out by the Electric Vortex. The big Arena of Mars comes out. But Lifestealer, he's on a rampage here. The Ember Spirit might go down. He got doomed, so he's going to go down here. And it's time for Amazon FishingBoatV2 to retreat. But Pika on the side, he's doing so much damage. GKD almost goes down as well. Nice song to reset, and they can get a Spear of Mars to follow up if they can time it properly. Oh, actually, they just use the Ice Path, but they don't drop the song in time, but they get the Spear anyway. And it looks like GKD is going to go down here to the God's Rebuke. Lifestealer, on the other hand, he's going to finish off the Naga Siren eventually, but it's just him against the wall. Storm buys back into this fight, and now they're going to completely wipe them. Yuki gets the stun on the Storm, but gonna end up going down here. Nothing to cancel it, but will eventually drop. Only the Mars makes it out. So buyback from the Storm Spirit. I think the Winter Wyvern as well. So I'm not really sure if that was worth it for them, but if they can get Ro8 out of this, that would be pretty big, and give it to the Storm. Storm, one of the best Aegis carriers, so at least they're getting an objective out of this. But Naga, she's up in 16 seconds. Doesn't have Song though, so maybe this will be a pretty safe one. But they don't take it that fast. There's no minus armor. They get scanned out by Amazon. And Ember Spirit, he's on the way. He got doomed last fight. He wasn't able to do anything, but now he's still got 4 remnants to play with. So, big remnant forward. Rage forced out from the Lifestealer. But no, the Winter Wyvern, he cold embraces the Lifestealer in the Ro8 pit. And now Lifestealer's trapped by himself. He doesn't have the rage to get out of this Arena of Blood. Someone needs to walk into the pit with him and let him infest out. But the Winter's Curse onto the Mars will save the Lifestealer for the time being. He's going to be able to infest into the Doom, and he hopefully can make it out. But Doom, he's getting blown up here. The Glimmer Cape will save him for a little bit. There's no detection. The infest finally pops out, and they go for the Mars here. And Mars will eventually go down. A nice big death ward from Young B on the high ground will help finish off the Naga Siren as well. That's the second death for Naga Siren in a row. Storm zips in aggressively again. Sometimes when he touches, he's going to go down here. The Soul Bind onto the Storm. But he will eventually make it out of there. It's only Yuki and Gundam now. Gundam, he's going to have to run because Yuki is very much dead. And another great fight for Google Team A. They didn't even have to have buyback this time, and now they can go back for the Ro8 what they stayed for initially. I thought that fight was going to go terribly for them. The Lifestealer, he got caught in the pit by himself. His Winter Wyvern just used the cold embrace on him and trapped him in the pit. And now the Storm has Aegis as well. 18 Bloodstone charges and a Yules as well on the way to help get rid of the Ensnare and the Silence. Wait, Lifestealer took the Aegis. Oh, Ember Spirit, he gets doomed again! He's gonna go down! And Gundam, it's time to just go for Gundam. Slow him down a little bit, use the Storm's mana. And Gundam might be in a bit of trouble as well. Yuki TP's back in. He needs to use the Ink Swell on Gundam to help him get out, but it looks like they're gonna be okay. But they can't defend this tower at all. The creep wave is coming, and it's very interesting that they gave Lifestealer the Aegis instead of Storm. Lifestealer has buyback as well. He's got 6,000 gold in the bank. And GKD doesn't have buyback. He even opened up his inventory slot, but his teammate took the Aegis from him. Very disrespectful. Oh, and a sudden pause. So Doom getting another clutch BKB on the Ember Spirit. Yes, Ember Spirit, he hasn't been able to show off very much as he got his Ags. Naga, I think she needs more HP. She has an ultimate orb in her backpack, but I think Scotty could definitely be the way to go. She definitely needs some raw HP against Storm Spirit. The Butterfly, not going to help too much. You can dodge the overload hits, which is nice, but it doesn't really help against the other parts of Storm's damage. The Ball Lightning or the Remnant. Also, Scotty would give her a way to slow down the Lifestealer a bit, because Lifestealer, he is moving at 491 move speed during the phase boots. So just having the Scotty slow him down by 25%, that'd be pretty nice. Doom with a BKB next. He's going to be very difficult to take down. So, did he finish his, He didn't finish his, Deso. He's gonna go for a BKB instead. So what I was saying with the Deso earlier was, a lot of the damage items in Dota don't really apply to him. Because, attack speed doesn't do anything. The cleave from Battle Fury doesn't do much. The crits don't matter because he's already critting. And at a higher crit multi as well. So you're just left with raw damage items. Radiance is okay, I guess, but it's not the best. But Deso is probably the best choice because it also reduces their armor. It gives you more damage than 50.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
Top tower's going to go down to Google Team A, and they're going to be able to defend bot as well. Naga trying to rat a little bit with her illusions, but not going to be too successful. She's not using her illusions to farm, because I feel like this Naga illusion has life for a long time and not hitting any camps. Basher on the Lifestealer, but queued up an AC. Okay, no, he's got to switch the top. Expect nothing is going to result out of this. Arena of Mars is available, but he doesn't have Blink, so you won't be able to get up close and personal. Gundam with 2 aggressive remnants forward gets the steering chains combo onto the Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor throws out the cast, but it looks like he's going to be okay. Lifestealer gets a solo kill on the Jakiro, going for the rune instead, and Winter's Curse will help Gundam help disengage against Gundam. So Lifestealer just doing Lifestealer things, killing supports everywhere. There's not much that the Jakiro can do. He actually went for an Atos instead of a Yule, so he won't be able to even get rid of the open wounds by himself. He definitely can't Atos the Lifestealer. So whenever Lifestealer gets on top of him, he's basically instantly dead. Probably died in like 3 hits as well. Abyssal Blade done now. It's a pretty big pickup for him. Storm, he has mana. He has the money for a Yules if he wants to, but he can also just go for the BKB. It's a lot easier. You can always get out of these like setups with Jakiro because the Ice Path physics is like kind of weird. For some reason you just always have time to BKB before the Ice Path actually stuns you. It's super weird. Alright, 5-man smoke from Google. I mean, Lifesteal, he should hop in the storm. Alright, he's gonna do that. They don't have any wards. Well, at least I mean, they kind of know where they are because they have this ward here. So if they're not in the safe lane jungle, they're definitely in the triangle. But it's pretty dangerous to fight into the triangle. They have the shrine. And Ember Spirit, it's going to be pretty hard to take down that. They drop a sentry, the Obs Ward on the high ground. They drop 2 Obs Wards. Storm zips forward aggressively. Lifestealer comes out, but that's all the lockdown they have. But actually, an Abyssal Blade on the Ember Spirit will keep him alive. He'll stay alive for a little bit, but he will eventually go down. He might have to buy back to help his team out. Witch Doctor with the Axe doing a ton of damage to Naga Siren. Naga, she's doomed as well, so she's going to go down. No buyback on the Naga right now. And Storm, he gets speed into the wall. He's going to go down here without buyback, and he didn't get the Aegis. Lifestealer still with the Aegis. Ember Spirit buys back now, but it's Lifestealer. He's so tanky right now. There's no way they can kill the Lifestealer. Sometimes when we touch, it looks like he's going to eventually go down here. Mars gets the spear in on the Doom, and nice Winter's Curse on the Mars will get him really low. The Jakiro looks like he'll go down here, and Gundam in a lot of trouble. He looks like he's going to go down to the Maledict as well. And Ember Spirit, he can't die here. If he dies, this game is over. Yuki's going to take him down as well. Full team wipe, and if they can get the Ember Spirit as well, it'd be pretty big, but it looks like they don't have enough catch for him. Storm's dead for 70 seconds, so 5 heroes dead, plus a buyback on the side of Amazon FishingBoatV2. This game could have gotten really scary for them if the Ember Spirit died again, but They barely took him down the first time because the Doom wasn't in range for a Doom, but he ended up dooming the Naga anyway, the real Naga as well, so that worked out for them pretty well. Ember Spirit gonna not be able to get the chains onto the Winter Wyvern. Wyvern's gonna go for a Lotus Orb. Yeah, I lost the words there. It's gonna be pretty nice. You can reflect a lot of stuff. The Ensnare and the Phantom's Embrace is pretty cool to reflect. Also the Atos, and you also dispel this stuff as well. It's not just about reflecting, but it's also the dispel. You can dispel all of those things I just mentioned as well. Go for the double Lotus Orb, so whoever gets the 2 heroes that get soulbound, you Lotus Orb both of them, and then whatever Grimstroke's team throws at you gets reflected in double, and that seems like a big meme, but could be a 4D chess level counter to Grimstroke.
Where's the party?
Right, Storm with an aggressive zip forward, but Ember Spirit will be able to get out of there. Somehow Ember's still almost run out of mana, even though he has Ags. He definitely wants the level 25 talent, because once he gets that, it should be a lot easier for him to be super mobile around the fights. The minus 25 remnant charge restore time. Yeah, didn't go for the Flame Guard talents, interestingly enough. Gotta go for an Octarine Core next. Whoa, hang on a second. He's not gonna go for a Linken's against Doom? Oh, this boy is playing with fire. Quite literally. Seems like I think he's going to regret it the next time he gets doomed. He also doesn't have buyback, so next time he gets doomed, he's going to be down for a long time. Another big smoke from Google Team A. They worked out pretty well for them last time. They don't have any vision of the enemy team though, just this one lane board right now. So they're going to have to look for the enemy team. They saw the Ember Spirit, but he already remnanted out of there. They can see the Jakira at bot. But it looks like they're not going to get anything done with this smoke. Nice wall of wards from the Dire side, so it's going to be pretty hard to sneak up on them.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
Probably just going to wait for the next Aegis at this point. It's a pretty short one.
Radiant's bottom tower is demolished.
45 seconds. So, Ember Spirit, he is pretty committed for the Octarine Core at this part. He's already bought the Soul Booster. I still think this is kind of a mistake, but it'll help him get some more damage out because the shorter cooldowns means you get to cast more spells in Ember. He's all about the spells. He's not a right-click carry like Lifestealer is. Maybe we'll see him go for a Radiance next, but that seems very far away. Yuki, he's almost got an Hex. It'll be pretty huge for them because they don't have much to combo with the Grimstroke ulti, but he can set this one up himself as well. He doesn't have to coordinate with any of his teammates. Just throw the Soulbind and they get the double Hex, and you don't need any teamwork for that. He's got the full Hex now. This guy is rich. Damn. Jakira, on the other hand, he's picked up a Ghost Scepter. Should help him stay alive against this Lifestealer. Also a little bit against the Storm Spirit. He can dodge those overload hits, but it's you're still probably going to die to Storm Spirit, even if you're Ghost Scepted. Another big smoke, but they know where they are this time. Ember Spirit, he's been attacking the creeps. Long range zip in, but Ember Spirit will be able to get out of there, and Lifestealer pops out of the Storm. They need to stop going on this Ember Spirit first and go for the other heroes, because Ember, he's got pretty fast fingers. He keeps getting out of there. Gundon, he gets Winter's Curse, but not so much going to happen here. Very interestingly enough, and I think they fixed this, he didn't lose any mana while getting attacked by the Naga Siren. I feel like that used to be the case because Winter's Curse, it says they can't take damage, but
Oh, look at it go!
they can still get like stunned and stuff. So like a lot of the times you see like Winter's Curse into a follow-up stun, like something like a Nyx Impale or something like that, something that's a bit harder to land. You just stun them before it ends and it like carries on. So interesting that the Naga Siren Illusions, they didn't mana burn the Mars there. There was also the animation as well. Maybe that's a bug, and OS Frog should fix this. Like the on-hit effect should still apply. This like they just won't do damage, which is like HP damage. They get on top of the Ember Spirit this time, but Lifesteal, he doesn't pop his rage when he gets out. He gets Ice Path, and Nullify will come out onto the Mars here, but it's attacking from the side now. Another nice Ice Path catches 2 heroes, and Storm, he's gonna go down. He manages to zip out in time, but Lifesteal, he's gonna be left for dead. Oh no, very aggressive zip forward. Witch Doctor will go down in the meantime. Lotus Orb of the Winter Wyvern won't save him at all, and 3 down now. Zoe in a lot of trouble as well. Looks like he's gonna go down as well. He's not gonna be able to get away from this Ember Spirit, and double kill for Gundon. Damn, that was such a sick. That's a sick turnaround. This Jakira, he got that was a 5k gold swing. That's a 5.5k gold swing. That's crazy. And they get Roche as well. Oh no, this was going so well for Google Team A, and then Lifestealer, he didn't pop his rage. He got out of the Storm Spirit and he didn't pop his rage, and then he got Ice Path. They could have killed the Ember Spirit at the start of that fight. He doesn't have buyback either, but now he's gonna pick up the Aegis and have buyback. This guy's gonna be so hard to kill twice. Storm's level 25 now though, so he's got the Auto Remnant talent. He can, it's gonna be really hard to push into them. Oh, big zip from the Storm, but he gets Searing Change, the Soulbind, but not gonna be able to do much. Wow, Soulbind slows by a lot. 30% movement speed slow. Naga, she did go back for the Skadi, not going for the Butterfly. I think that makes a lot more sense. She's very tanky now, and it's going to be very hard to take down. And goes for a Satanic instead. Also, Pika with the Aegis instead of Ember. I was talking about this whole time about how Ember is so difficult to kill, but this Pika on the Naga is going to be pretty tough as well. Also, Ember Spirit with the level 25 Remnant Charge Restore talent. It's going to be pretty crazy for this Ember. Naga, she's almost level 25. I'm not really sure what she's going to go for. Maybe going to go for the Evasion talent because she's not going for a Butterfly. But, I mean, this minus 6 armor is pretty nice as well. I'm not sure if the minus 6 armor is level 25 worthy. Think about, like, getting a Butterfly or getting a Deso. And it's like, I wonder which ability I want. So Mars, he's finally picked up a Blink, so he can actually initiate for his team now. And Lifestealer, he had a Nullifier last fight. He managed to use it on the Mars before he got his BKB off, and Mars got blown up there. Also got a full AC done. This Lifestealer is so rich. Doom gonna go for a Shivas next. Seems like he's been working on it for a while. I think he's kind of slowed down a bit.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked. But
he's got the Devour gold bonus, so he's gonna get farmed at some point if this game drags for long enough. But the problem is Pika's very strong right now. 3.2k health. It's gonna be very difficult to take down. All the status resistance as well makes it really tough to take her down. Ember Spirit just being obnoxious, putting Young B pretty low already. Young B, he's gonna go for a BKB next. He desperately needs it because I mean, this Death Ward, it does a lot of damage. Yeah, he got buffed by 10 damage every level, which is pretty big considering how fast it attacks. It's an extra 50 DPS per second. Sorry, 50 DPS for the Death Ward. But last fight, he got the Death Ward off, and then he just got instantly blown up during the Death Ward. It's not like CM ulti where it gives you armor. Alright, Storm almost gets the solo kill on the Ember. It's Ember. He should definitely think about getting a Linken's. And at this point as well, having Linken's and Octarine is going to be off cooldown way more often than you expect. And it's pretty highly likely that you're going to waste your spells on an Ember Spirit who's just going to block it. So you should definitely think about getting Linken's. But he's going to go for BKB instead. I still don't think this is the right choice. Nice. Mars managing to get a big spear onto the Storm Spirit. Lotus Orb will slow him down for a bit. He actually gets silenced again, but the Invis will take it off. The Mars ulti ends, and looks like no one is gonna die here. They didn't bring detection to kill the Storm Spirit. He got Glimmer Caped, and then they didn't have anything to kill him, to see him with. So the support's not really in range to help out. Maybe you should think about getting a gem at this point. Oh, it's Fatal Bond, Soulbind onto the 2 heroes, and a double Hex as well! And a huge pickup! Young B goes down, and Lifestealer's gonna die as well! 100 seconds, no buyback! This is huge. Lifestealer, he spent all his money on MKB, and now he doesn't have buyback. This is a very costly mistake for Google Team A. And looks like they're going to be able to get this Rax. They can use the Storm with a long range zip to slow him down a bit. Storm's coming back. He actually almost gets the Ember Spirit. Young B buys back. The Rax in a lot of trouble now. Storm's back in the base. He's getting enough mana to do a long range zip. He goes for a really long range zip. It's going to clear out the creep wave instantly. Except there's a siege creep here. Naga. Storm, he gets hexed. Aggressive Redman 4, he's silenced as well. Storm's gonna go down here. He's gonna have to buy back. The Winter Wyvern goes down as well. Big Death Ward, but then another die back from the Witch Doctor. Storm, he zips in really aggressively. He's getting really low. He uses his BKB. He will be able to make it out alive, but now he's completely out of HP and mana. He's got to go back and run. And Dim, in the meantime, he's caught out by himself. He's gonna go down as well eventually. Another really long range zip. Storm picks up 2 heroes with it. But how are they going to kill this Naga Siren? This Wolfen, he's in a lot of trouble. Might go down to these Naga illusions, but won't be able to. Pika, he smells blood. He's going to go for the Storm Spirit. I don't think he'll be able to get him though. They lose the Rax, but they managed to not lose the game. Even though Lifestealer didn't have buyback, so great plays from GKD, and he picks up a regen rune as well. Unbelievable.
I'm getting a second. Where's the party? Stupendous, looking for me.
But Pika, she died once, has the cheese this time as well, so gonna be very difficult to take her down. It's basically a third life, and she goes for a full Bloodthorn, straight out of the base.
Touche.
But does she have buyback? No, she doesn't have a buyback for 800 gold. It's pretty big. If they can get the Naga without buyback, this could get pretty scary. I'm not sure why she didn't just maybe pick up the Orchid and then wait till she has buyback for the Bloodthorn. But Grimstrike already showing off the double Hex earlier. You got the double Hex onto the Lifestealer and the Witch Doctor, and they managed to get both. Who needs teammates when he uses by hexes on Grimstrike, and he's gonna go for his own Lotus Orb next, so it's just some extra dispels. Being able to reflect lightning, electric vortex is pretty nice. Open Woods is pretty nice to reflect, but you can always rage that one off. And Storm with a hex now as well. I feel like we don't see Storm hex that often. It seems like it's going to be pretty nice to have this game. It's going to be able to jump the Ember Spirit from a larger range, because the Electric Vortex range is pretty small, so you have to zip right on top. But with the Hex, it's much bigger. Where is it? So you can cast items and spells while you're zipping. So you can like start zipping and then queue up the Hex, and then as soon as you get in range, you'll hex them. And it's going to be much easier to catch this Ember Spirit.
I've been wanting this.
And he gets an arcane rune as well. This is a regen at bot as well. They see this. This could be pretty huge. Because now he's got the level 25 talent, which means for regen, when he uses regen rune, he can just like overzip every time and never take any damage and get all the. And he can still contribute to the team fight using the static remnant. He sees the regen rune. Here we go. This is a good time for them to fight, if any. There's no Aegis right now. The Doom is up on them as well. Looks like all the ultimates are up. But we don't have that many buybacks on the side of Radiant right now. Only the Doom has buyback, but everyone on the side of Amazon FishingBoatV2 have buyback. So this could get pretty dicey for them. In a really drawn out engagement, maybe they do want to wait. Lifestealer at least needs to get buyback, because it's not a matter of when, it's a matter of at what cost, and he has not answered that question. Third Rosh is up. This is a refresher shot, so no ag scepter consumable this time. Some good ags as well. Mars, he's not able to go for the ags himself. He's pretty capped out on slots already. Naga ags is not very good. Even if they get the ags on Storm, that would be pretty huge. Young B, he gets ensnared, but looks like he'll be okay. The regen rune popped by Storm. He needs to not take any damage here. It's very important that he doesn't. And then he can use it aggressively. It looks like, oh, the Naga illusions hit the Storm. It's gonna lose the regen rune. It's pretty big. Arcane rune on the Ember Spirit, and Storm gets hexed into an Ice Path, into a Spear of Mars. He looks like he's gonna go down here, but a nice Winter's Curse will slow down this kill. And Storm, he manages to get his BKB off. He's gonna go on top of the Jakiro and take him out instantly, but he needs to get out before he gets silenced as he gets soulbound. But it looks like he's gonna be able to survive it. Yuki would be able to slip out with just a sliver of health. Lifestealer, he actually goes down here, but he's forced to buy back. Storm, he needs to get out of the fight and get some more regen. And meanwhile, Doom and Winter Wyvern, they're just trying to get out of here alive against the Naga Siren. Naga, she can use Sleep to set up if she wants to. A Cold Embrace would buy some time for the Winter Wyvern, but Doom is in a lot of trouble here. Another Spear of Mars, but it won't pin him to the trees. GKD's coming back in, but he's completely out of mana. He's got a Hex. He's going to have to Hex the Ember Spirit, but Ember Spirit uses his BKB. Zoe's going to be the sacrificial lamb. He can buy back, though, and he buys back instantly. GKD getting Cold Embrace, but now he gets silenced the... oh no, but the Hex gets reflected. He still gets Hexed anyway. Now Storm in a lot of trouble. He gets Cold Embrace. Can he get out of here? He's got a zip now, and there's no disables left. But he can't zip out because he's leashed to the Lifestealer and Nightstealer. He goes down. That's a dieback on the Lifestealer, dieback on the Doom as well. And it's just the Storm and the Winter Wyvern against the world. Shakira can buy back now if he wants it. This game is looking pretty over. I don't think the Storm can hold by himself. Doesn't quite do enough damage. He can't take out this Naga Siren. He gets silenced and Hex and pinned to a tree, and he's got to go down here. Winter's Curse again from the Winter Wyvern, saving his Storm Spirit, but he's got to be able to get out of here. He pops the BKB. He still has a lot of mana to work with, but his BKB is running out, so it's time to get out of here. Another Cold Embrace will save the Winter Wyvern as well. He gets silenced again by the Bloodthorn. He's got to go down here, so it's just a support tower. And this game, Death Ward will come out, but he's going to get instantly killed. So Amazon Fishing Boat are going to take this game. GG is called. A very back and forth game for both teams. Google Team A having a pretty convincing lead early on, but they blew a couple of initiations. A lot of times committing too hard on the Ember Spirit, not being able to finish him off. There was a big mistake in mid where they got the jump on Ember Spirit. They managed to silence him with a Storm, but Lifestealer, he came out and he didn't Raging on Ice Path and take it out there. The Storm Spirit, Ember Spirit managed to get away. Oh, what a game. That was very close. Wow, okay. I was doubting the Winter Wyvern pick a little bit at the start, but I think it did pay off a little bit. The Cold Embraces saved, and the Winter's Curses, being able to disengage against the Naga is pretty nice, because she's not the... well, FishingBoatV2, they didn't use the song to disengage ever, actually. They really didn't use the song at all, but the option was on the table. If things start going south, just use the song and try and get out of there. but Google Team A with their Winter's Curse were doing that instead. So Amazon Fishing Boat V2 up 1 game in this best of 3. We'll see how game 2 goes.